What's up, WWE Champions Universe? This is Lee from Champions Chat, and I've got a video by request of the community. One of our loyal Champions Chat people entered the chat and said, hey, I need to know how to use loadouts. And I said, hey, that's not a bad idea. You know, I think that there's probably a number of people who maybe don't even know they're in the game, to be honest, let alone, you know, using them on a regular basis, but they can certainly help you out a lot. Quick note, I am on the Candy Store accounts, my CC version, so everything is 6-star silver. This is not mine, but I can get to show you what this looks like. So let's say we're playing with the new Aussie right here. You're lucky enough to be one of the lucky duckies, has them 6-star silver, and you're playing with the moveset right here, and you go, okay, you know, I preferred this one. This is my favorite moveset, but you know, Benny Smaja Gaming did show, or maybe it was Zorro, one of our two awesome guys like that, that you can set something up like this. And now suddenly you've got this, you know, great new setup where you're buffing the gems. You create into 3 getting red. You put down 24 more. It makes the whole board black. And you've got this flying high going all over the place, etc., etc. So it's a really nice move set. Thank you to Benny or Sorzoro. But you go into your entourage and you're like, oh man, nothing is set, right? Let's say all of these were not in place. Bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye. And you go, okay, well, I was going to use my original moveset. Nothing's set. How do I do that? Well, you've got a loadout right here. If you are a subscriber of the Manager's Pass, then you have 4. If not, you get 1 slot, 1 loadout slot, which for most characters, 1 per character is great. Obviously, if you're paying for the Manager's Pass for other reasons, you know, it's a good added bonus. I don't know that I would pay for the Manager's Pass exclusively for this, except for in cases where you're like a top feuder maybe and you swap out your lineup depending upon who you're going against. But typically your top feuders like lock in on one build, you know, get going and etc. But still, you could swap between these. Maybe you have a boss battle loadout and a feud loadout and a tour loadout and a, you know, whatever. You get 4 of them if you pay for the pass, 1 of them if not. But as you can see, I've already got a loadout set on the Candy Store here for Ozzy. This is what I run to get him started. So I can go in and just set that loadout right off the bat, and it gives me everybody. I don't have to worry about getting all of these individual ones set up. That being said, well, Benny and Sorzoro, they showed this version where, you know, you buff up and you use just the trap gems that way, so you're not focused on bleed anymore. So I don't need bleed. The trap gem damage would still be good, right? Especially black moves start with 2 or 4, black moves start with 2, and I need at least 6. And Tiffy is, you know, the right trainer for Ozzy anyway, right? So now I'm swapping out this guy, but here's the problem. You know, especially if you're on the Candy Store account like this, or if you have a lot of the characters. There's over 6, well, I should say there's almost, soon to be over, 600 characters in the game. And sure, we've got these filters, and you can go in and say, okay, I want gem damage. I'm looking for somebody who does black gem damage and probably a percentage. Okay, so it's Liv right here. It didn't take me that long to find her, but if you're swapping things between feud or boss battle, you need to get back in. That could be a pretty annoying process. So what you do is you click save. When you click save, it's going to give you a suggestion. Hey, this is your new slot right here, slot 2. If you are out of slots, you know, again, if you don't pay for the pass, you only get 1 of them, it'll ask you to overwrite them, and then you can go in, and I'll show you another thing there, and then you just set the loadout. You're good to go, right? So now it tells you this is my loadout number 2. So I can swap between these 2 loadouts very simply just by going like this, right? It's costing me coin each time, but this is Scopely's account, so it's not costing me any coin, right? So now I'm set up with Ozzy how I want him. Let's say you find a new moveset like this, though, and you don't have another slot. What do? Well, you click on your loadouts button here, you click on the one you want, and you click edit. Now it's going to pull up your loadout screen like you're used to, and then you would select the character or characters you want to get out of there. Like in this case, I could swap around woods for live, just like that, and I'd be good to go. Or maybe you're like, man, I'm really going to use this character a lot in feud, so I want to get war score for feud. So boom, I've already got my promoter set. Maybe it's a showdown promoter, maybe it's, you know, whatever. You can go through and add any of your promoters automatically in and kind of get everybody ready to go as you're going. So you might add that to your loadout, and boom, now you've got a war score guy. You can see that this is set up. Maybe with this one, this is your this is your boss battle loadout, let's just say, right? So we go right here and we say boss shop currency, ironically the boss with the boss shop. So now I've got my loadout set. Okay, so now I can go in, and if I'm ready to go into boss battle, I can just click that, set it, and it swaps my trainers automatically. If I'm going into feud, I can just click this, set it, and it sets my trainers, my entourage automatically. So it gets you set up and ready to go in every instance, you know, instantly. This is super helpful for characters that maybe you see get required every once in a while. Like today, for example, there's a Judgment Day requirement, and while Finn Balor, the Judgment Day, with the free gear they gave out, is really good. Check out our video on should you take him 6-star gold. I don't use him that much, and so I didn't have a loadout on my personal account set, so I had to go in and click every single one, and because he's got multiple move sets that you could use, I was swapping between trainers, going to the recently used, and even though it didn't take a super long time, it is so much easier just to go click, click, boom, done, right? So that's how you use loadouts. You can obviously send your faction the loadout. You can see the entourage abilities by clicking the eye icon. So it's just that same bar, loadout and save, and you set them up ready to go. So go into any character you have. Let's check out one other just to make a quick example. We're going to power rate this guy tonight as of my timeline. You'll have already seen that on the stream. But let's say you go into the entourage and you're like, oh my gosh, how do I run this guy? Let's pick somebody else because Rusty did the video for him, so I've actually never used that powerhouse Cody. Let's go to Julia Gulius here, and look, I've got this set up. I'm going, okay, if I want to do this build for him with these trainers, I can go in and I can save that loadout, and boom, there we go. I've got one here, got another one right here, and I can swap between them based on what I need and what I'm doing. So that's it for this one. Let me know what other questions you have on this. Is there anything I didn't explain or could have explained differently to help you dig into it? Do you use the loadout section and features? Let me know in the comments section below, and then share this video with your friend or faction mate who's going, hey, I have no clue how to use these loadouts, or maybe I'm just not seeing it. Like, you know, the concept of a loadout, we've all played games that have them. Your Call of Duties, your Destiny, your whatever. It's probably most common in shooters, obviously, as I'm saying that, but it just allows you to get started quickly with something that you like, with what your preference is, and boom, you just get into where you're going. So that's it. See you on the next one. Bye.